This week, we explore Tucson, Arizona in the camper van and share our adventures, including a trip to the PIMA Air and Space Museum. Leo, you ready? We are all packed up, ready to head down to Tucson. Leo's really gonna miss this place though, right buddy? All right, you ready to get on the road, babe?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do it. Look what Kate picked up to go with my coffee this morning. A whole half a loaf of bread just for me. This sourdough is absolutely amazing. So I have to go check out this bread place for myself and meet the man who made that loaf.
I feel like the first time we came to Tucson, we completely missed this part of town.
We did. Oh, it smells good.
Dawn, this is my husband Joe.
Joe, pleasure to meet you, Joe. Yeah.
Bread was fantastic.
Oh, you had some, all right.
Oh, yeah, I had about a quarter of that loaf.
All right. Welcome to BARRIO Bread. BARRIO Bread is a bakery specializing in naturally leavened bread. So wild yeast cultures and bacterial cultures leaven the bread. It takes about 24 hours start to finish to make the loaves. Process I learned about 27 years ago, and just being committed to that style of baking because it makes the most nutritious, most digestible bread. And flavor and texture is really enhanced too.
What are some of your favorites? Because I see we got a rack of all different types of bread.
Yeah, you know, some of the ones I really enjoy the most are these breads made with heritage and ancient grains. And they're heat resistant, drought resistant. And that's what the future will be about, working with the proper grains for the region. This Italian deck oven from Verona, Italy holds about 100 pieces of bread, baking right on the deck of the oven. So right in the stone, the steam delays the crust formation. No sugar, no oil. You don't need it. Thank you so much for hosting me. Thanks so much, guys.
I really enjoyed meeting Don.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
I can really appreciate the love and passion he has for the bread that he's baking. I'm surprised you haven't finished the half loaf I picked up.
I'm working on it. They've got a line outside. Cheers. We haven't been up this early in a long time. I haven't had my coffee yet either. I decided I'd wait until after we did the tour to have my coffee.
I know Leo's not happy about being up this early.
No.
Okay, to get started, we'll just do a quick little briefing here, okay? This is the facility underground. This building here was not here when this was an active duty site. It was put in for the museum, okay? We're gonna go down 35 feet to what we call the access portal. After we get done with that, we're gonna walk down a short cableway into the launch control center. Then we're gonna walk down 250 feet down to level 2 of the silo, where you can actually see a real Titan II missile.
This is Titan II, the largest and most powerful missile weapon system ever deployed by the United States. Titan II helped defend our country during the Cold War from 1963 until 1986.
We basically offer 3 tours. The one you're going to get today minus the cruise quarters. Then we offer one that you're going to get the regular tour. Then we would take you down to level 7. You can stand up underneath the missile and look up. That's about a 2-hour tour. It's about $20. Then we offer a top to bottom, take you on every level of this silo. It's about a 6-hour tour.
That's a full day.
It is.
Now I'm going to talk about close by nuclear detonations several more times throughout the tour. We're talking about a detonation outside of a mile. Anything inside of a mile would be considered a direct hit and nobody here would survive, okay? Any questions up here, guys?
No.
You guys ready to do it?
Yeah, let's
go.
do it.
In 1977, they allowed women in this. This was the first combat job they allowed women to fulfill in the Air Force. We're 35 feet below ground now, okay? The entire structure is covered in quarter-inch steel plate and butt welded together and grounded. And what that did was protect all the electronics on the inside from electromagnetic pulse, which is a byproduct from nuclear detonation. Now, when they built this place, they built it to protect against 3 different things: blast, shock, and electromagnetic pulse. When we talked about EMP a little bit, let's talk about the blast. Were you guys awake during the movie when they told you how much your store weighed? 3 tons. Welded I-beams together can withstand up to 1,000 psi of overpressure. Let me put that in English for you. If you got a stick-built house and it gets hit by a hurricane or a tornado, it's going to be flattened in 5 to 7 psi of overpressure. This is 1,000. So this is probably going to be the strongest facility you'll ever be in your life. Okay, Kate, I want you to be the commander. Joe, you'll follow me right in here. You're going to sit in the deputy commander's chair.
All right.
Just like home.
I'm commander.
Well, that's the way it is in my house.
I'm used to that.
Joe, I'm going to make you an honorary first lieutenant. Kate, I'm going to make you an honorary Air Force major.
Oh.
Now, let me tell you what that does for you guys, okay? That means you're going to get paid what I get paid. If you see here, it says volunteer. So there's no pay with this, all right? This is the Launch Control Center. We're going to go through all this, and we're going to go through a simulated launch. Top row left.
Top row left.
We got how many targets?
3.
3 targets. Which one's lit up?
2.
Target 2 was the default target for this site for the 19 years it was on active duty. The crews did not know the destinations of their targets. They were top secret then, they're top secret today. We still have a bunch of missiles in the ground in the northern part of the United States, could very well still be targeted at 1, 2, and 3. Think about it, if you didn't know where the target was and it was across the pond somewhere, and we got a real live launch order, and you got an aunt and uncle to live over there, you might not do your job. So that's why they kept the destinations of the targets away from the crews. This is how the message comes down. You ready?
Ready.
Okay, so we get our incoming message in. The commander and deputy commander is going to pick up their emergency action message book just like this. On the inside, they're going to start writing down a alphanumeric message. At the end of the message, the voice on the other end is going to say, and I say again, you and Joe are going to swap books. The message is going to be repeated, and you're going to check each other's work. If everything matches 100%, you got a valid launch order. All right, you guys ready?
Ready?
Ready.
All right. Left hand's on the key.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, turn. All the way. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Green light, let go.
Let go.
Back in the day, it cost $10 million to build this site. Like I said, about $2.5 million for the missile. The cost of the warhead was classified. This is a real Titan II missile. It was number 10 off the assembly line from Martin Marietta in Denver, Colorado. And this is the missile that anybody that worked in the Titan II system got their training on. NASA liked them so much they bought 12 of them and they used them for the Gemini program. You've heard of Neil Armstrong, the first person on the moon, got his very first space ride on top of a Titan II missile in Gemini 8.
Thank you so
Yep.
much.
My
Thank
pleasure.
you.
Thanks for coming, guys.
I don't know about you, but that was pretty incredible.
I really enjoyed the tour with Ken. He was a wealth of knowledge, and I don't know, that tour gave me goosebumps. What about you?
Yeah. It's a really bone-chilling thought about, why these places were built, what was meant, and everything else.
I hope a lot of people get to experience this and go on the tour, because it gives you perspective and an idea and glimpse of what it must have been like to live through that Cold War era.
But also serve at a place like this. The people that served here, I can't imagine their day-to-day activity and what they went through mentally trying to prepare for what they had to do.
Yeah. I would love to come back and do the 6-hour tour and just spend the day here and go through every level and see it from top to bottom. But they did have pretty big living quarters.
Compared to the van, yes.
Bedroom was huge. The kitchen.
Should have given them a wet bath. Then they would have had something to complain about.
By the way,
Yes.
I love that it finally got cold enough for you to dig out your long sleeve sweater.
I never thought, I knew it gets chilly in the south, but we're in Tucson and it's freezing. It's supposed to get down to 35 tonight.
Leo says, yep, my kind of weather.
He just wants to sleep outside all day. Why is that sign in kilometers? Did we accidentally drive into Mexico?
it is. What happened?
I don't know.
Are we still on the U.S. side?
I thought we were.
Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Interstate 19 runs from Tucson to Nogales, is the country's only continuous highway that lists distances in kilometers rather than miles. It embraced the metric system to make it more accessible to tourists coming from Mexico.
Huh.
Good spot.
Yep, and I'm ready for coffee.
You know, a lot of people ask us if we enjoy van life, if we're happy we downsize.
Yeah.
And I would say times like these where we're at the PIMA Air Museum and we know we want to spend the whole day here, have our home with us. I mean, you're making coffee, come back for lunch, hang out, go back again until they're closed.
Yep.
And we get to spend the whole day here in our home. Think back to when we were traveling in the Class A.
Yeah.
We brought the Jeep here. But if we wanted to have lunch, we had to go back to the Class A, which was parked out on BLM. The freedom of being able to have everything, but that to me is one of the core reasons why I love van life.
Absolutely.
Tram tour started.
Yeah, there
That
they
was
go.
fun. Although I'm very happy to be walking today. It's cold.
Yes.
She bombed or was in combat as a slurry bomber fighting forest fires. Was owned by a private owner that hired himself out with slurry tanks into Bombay so that they could drop flame retardant on forest fires.
So how did the Air Force acquire it if she was privately owned?
Founders of this museum approached the Air Force, gee, it'd really be nice if you could loan us a B-17 and for display in our museum, and the Air Force agreed with that. But when they went to check their inventory, they couldn't find an inventory. They said they'd keep their eyes open, found this plane sitting on the ground on the tarmac in Cody, Wyoming, in its fire bomber posture, if you will, and ran down the owner-operator of her by virtue of the tail number, suggested to the pilot owner, how would you like to replace that ratty old B-17 you're flying for a nice, new, clean C-54 transport? And he said, yeah, yesterday. So that's how the Air Force got this airframe back.
It was a trade.
It was a trade or a swap, if you will.
It's a big plane.
What is it?
B-36, the Peacemaker. Let's go check out the B-52s. And I don't mean the band. Next time, we share our RV living tips to help you survive full-time RV life. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure you ding the bell for notifications of new videos. Also, a big thank you to our WTR family for all of the support. If you'd like to learn how to join, click right down here. To watch this camper van series from the beginning, click up here in the corner, and we will see you next Wednesday. Bye.